Hello and welcome to another video review. Today we'll be taking a look at the LEGO Star Wars Advent Calendar for this year. Here we have the set number 75366. This is for 6+. This is the LEGO Star Wars Advent Calendar and it comes with 320 pieces. Up at the front of the box, this is very different than your standard sort of regular boxes. It is the Advent Calendar. So we have sort of a bunch of the different Advents that you can find within the actual calendar itself. A bunch of the different builds sort of strewn throughout, kind of in different scenarios. Quite cool just looking at what we have here. It does kind of spoil what you'll get, but it shows off the product as well, so it's a double-edged sword. Looking at the top of the box here, we have LEGO Star Wars, and then we have the sort of bricking here, kind of like, it's like split between it, which is cool. And I didn't mention the actual sort of like present type of thing, so like that decoration that would be on presents kind of stuck there and then wrapped around the box, which is cool. At the top, we get a look at the Emperor Palpatine figure in the sweater there, the Christmas sweater. And then at the back of the box here, we have LEGO Star Wars, and then sort of a bunch of different builds as well out on display. And we have the actual Advent calendar here. We have one of the shuttles sort of busting through one of the numbers. You can't see what number it is, so it doesn't spoil that, but quite cool. Opening the actual box up, we get sort of a pretty cool display here. This would be Endor in the winter time. Obviously not very canon accurate, but pretty cool nonetheless. We have Emperor Palpatine here sitting on his throne with one of the why can't I remember them? The little guys, little bears from Endor. I don't know if this is Wicket or not. I'm not sure, but he's there. And the cool sort of green, which we'll look at later. We have Leia, and we obviously have Omega, which was not there during that time. And we do get a cool starship up here at the top. We get the Endor village here in the background. So pretty cool nonetheless. Without further ado though, we'll take a look at the actual builds themselves and what you actually get within the Advent calendar. So for the minifigures within the set, start off with Echo. We already took a look at her, but we'll do another brief tour. So again, we've looked at this figure before, and this figure is in the Justifier set. So if you have that, then you have this figure. Next, we look at the 212th, which again, we kind of looked at. If you have the set that comes with Commander Cody, you'll have this figure. It's the same exact printing, so it is nice to get another 212th figure trooper with this. It does suck. It does continue the sort of like battleware that it has, so it's not like a clean 212th trooper, which would have been cool to have like to differentiate, but nonetheless, it is nice to get another 212th trooper, and hopefully we'll get a battle pack with them in the future. Looking at the next figure, we have Leia. She is in her episode 6 sort of Endor final battle outfit with the kind of camo like outfit she has, a little hood at the back. She does come with two faces, a cookie and a little blaster. And we'll just look at the other face now, kind of like a mad face. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Next we'll look at the battle droid. Again, if you have one battle droid, you have them all. But again, it is quite nice to get another one to kind of build up that droid army. Looking next at Emperor Palpatine, he does come with a chair. We'll just take him out of that quickly, toss that to the side. And with him, we get a lightning piece and a little cup of coffee. The kind of cool thing there, he has the sort of ugly Christmas sweater with the looks like the Death Star 2 on it. The sort of unfinished Death Star 2. He's got little lightning bolts there on the sides of that as well. And looking at the side back, it is just like plain with like dots on it. It would have been cool to kind of get something on the back. Just looking at the other like comparison to that, we do have Spider-Man from the Marvel Advent Calendar, where he kind of has stuff on the front, and then he has Spider-Man on the back. So it'd have been cool maybe to get a lightning bolt or like something that said like the Emperor or something like that, just to kind of add a little bit to it. But that would have been cool, but it's not there. Just for that. One of my favorite sort of things from this is the Christmas pit droid we have here with the actual sort of Santa bag, um, which is pretty cute. Sort of the red and white piecing going on. It would have been cool if the actual like face of him was in green instead of blue, but that's whatever. But he's got this cute little Santa hat on and like just dressed in the red and white is pretty cute. And then the last figure, we have the little bear here. I don't know if this is Wicket or another sort of one of them. And again, I'm still blanking on what the race is for some reason, what species it is. But he has all in white here. And he has this really cute sort of green Christmas sweater style piecing over him. And these cute little white ears popping out of it. The face there is pretty cute as well. And we get a little Christmas tree and a couple little dots there for the actual ugly Christmas sweater, which is really, really cute. But that's it for the minifigures of this set. So here we have everything kind of out on display, and sorry for the camera shake, sort of sprawled out throughout the actual display we have here. Really just going to quickly go through what we have. Nothing too crazy. I'm not really sure how this is going to go down, but we'll kind of go as we kind of go. So first up, in no particular order or anything like that, we do have this cute little sled build, which is pretty nice. You can get Omega here. We've seen in previous sets the Justifier. It is the same Lego figure. Very good printing there, as well as printing on the arms, which you get in that set as well. And again, with this sort of continuation of the uniform there, she does have two faces, kind of a smiley face there, and more of like an angry sort of face there. You can have her. It does kind of suck that she doesn't in like winter attire, not like a ugly Christmas sweater or anything. We can have her in kind of the Gonk reindeer, which is super, super cute. Here we have his kind of antlers. Really nice build here. Kind of pretend that he is carrying Omega kind of along, which is pretty nice. Setting them to the side, we'll look at this next. A lot of the builds are more like starships or like Lego sets we've seen before. Here is a tank from the Clone Wars. I'm not sure the name of it, but it is one of the droid battle tanks. Putting these together, it can be tricky. Looking at the sort of small little builds that are on the windows themselves, but overall pretty cool. Next we have Din Djarin, or the Mandalorian's brand new NB1 or Naboo starfighter. Here we can see there is two cockpits, so the front one for the Mandalorian and the back one here for Grogu, which is nice. And I do love the actual mini build that they have for this, very accurate to what we see for the actual starfighter, and pretty impressed with that. Next we have a little speeder here. I didn't know what it was at first, but putting the like when you put it together, you'll know. If obviously you've seen it before, and pretty cute little build for the speeder there. Next we'll look at the walker. Very cool build for this one, and you can actually just take it off the piece that is on and have it sort of walk on its own. But they do give you a terrain piece to sort of put it on, which is nice. Just to have it more stable, and you can pretend it's walking, which is cool. Next we'll look at the droid sort of, I'm not sure what it's called, but it's from the Clone Wars. The droids will kind of ride it. It's like a floating speeder almost. You'll see them flying around sort of in the Clone Wars episodes. I do believe in the episode 1 as well. I'm not sure though. Next we have sort of a satellite. I do believe this is the one on Endor. We do get a couple of trees, and so kind of to scale, these would be the trees, and then the massive sort of satellite array there on Endor. Continuing that sort of outlook, we do have the Endor village, where all of the little bears, I'm can't come up with a name right now, but this was kind of a pain to put together because it is dark piecing on the sort of instructions, which is kind of annoying to look at, but putting it together does come out quite nice. It does have this interesting sort of hollow gap, and there goes one of the pieces. So just overall, it's quite cute, but yeah, kind of annoying to put together. One of my favorite builds, this is the sort of droid kind of battle tank used in the Kashyyyk episode 3 sort of battle that they had. I do like the sort of rings that they use for this, and we've got a main gun there, got these two sort of missile barrages, and overall just aesthetically it looks really, really nice. I do hope we get to see that in a future set. Continuing that sort of Clone Wars future set hopes. Here we have the clone battle tank, or again I'm losing the turbo tank. That's what it is, the turbo tank. Cute little thing, a bunch of wheels, got a main gun here. Just overall really, really cool set, and hopefully we'll see this in a future set. Next we have the starship, the I believe this is the, yeah, starship. I don't know, I'm lost for words here. Cute little build here, nothing too special going on. And again, with most of these, they're very, very small. Here, I didn't know what it was at first, but this is the actual base that is on Endor, where Leia, Han, and R2-D2 and C-3PO sort of infiltrate and get trapped. That is what this is. At first I thought it was a troop transport, but putting it together and then seeing it actually on the box there is like, oh, that must be that. Here we have one of the more bigger builds with the actual shuttle here, transport. Again, I'm forgetting the name of it. But this is one of the ships that the Empire uses, carrying Darth Vader or the Emperor. It looks very, very nice, and I do love the wing detail there. And you can actually fold the wings for it to land, or have them out to actually fly around. We got two guns here, and on the back we do get thrusters, so you can fly around. And this is one of the bigger builds as well. It kind of stands out. One of the last builds here is the Justifier. It would have been nice to maybe get Cad Bane with this, or something else, or this droid, but we can see this is like kind of the landing mode. Interestingly enough, if you have it on the ground, it kind of doesn't sit right because this is such a big piece, but you can fold that out for flying, and kind of that interesting gimmick to the ship where the actual sort of thrusters sort of go like that instead of, it's interesting. Here we have another build. This is a clone command station where we can have our 212th trooper sort of sitting in it. We'll look at the figures in just a second, but I just want to get the mini builds out of the way, and then we can look at the figures in more detail. If you do have the ATTE, or I believe that's what it's called, from earlier this year, with Commander Cody, then you'll have this. It's the same figure as the 212th troopers, but it is nice to get another one, so I'm all for that. And I believe this is the last build. This is kind of the glider that the little bears use in the episode 6, that final battle there, so that is quite cute. You can have them sort of attached to it. It's tricky, but you can kind of have them flying, not flying but gliding. So without further ado, I do believe that is all the mini builds, and next we will look at the actual minifigures. So some final thoughts as we close the video out. I'd have to say I'm quite impressed with the Advent Calendar for the Star Wars this year. I will be looking at the Marvel one as well, and just like comparing the two without looking at the other one. Like I built all the sets and stuff with the Marvel one. I have to say I do like the Star Wars one over the Marvel one, and we'll get into that when we look at the Marvel one. That should be in the next video after this one. But solely just looking at the Star Wars here, for the figures you get, it does suck that they kind of all get spoiled, but for the figures you do get, I do love the sort of the thing. It does suck that we get a reprint of the redo of the Omega figure, but if you didn't get the very expensive Justifier set, then you can get it in a cheaper set, which is nice. I do love the Emperor Palpatine with the ugly Christmas sweater, the little bear here, which I'm going to call Wicket, as super cute with the green Christmas sweater. I do love Leia there with the Final Battle Endor set suit. And it is nice to get a B1 battle droid and a 212th trooper in there as well, so that's pretty cool. I love a lot of the builds here for the actual like builds. The Justifier, the Mandalorian Starfighter, the Gonk is really nice. I do love this. I don't know the name of it, but it's from the Episode 3 Kashyyyk scene. The Turbo Tank is really nice. The speeder here is pretty cool. And overall, just for what you're getting, it's very, very sort of well worth it, I do find. And especially if, like, you obviously getting this for your younger kids, your children, so, or even for yourself. Great sort of value, and getting the things throughout the month of December is really nice with all the little builds. Some of them you might need a little help with, like if it's a younger kid sort of putting it together. There's a few that are like, where do I put this? Like the Justifier is one of those. I had trouble with the speeder here. Um, there's a couple that might have trouble, but overall, very great set, and pretty cool gift for your younger children. So overall, I do love this Advent calendar, and I would highly recommend it. But that'll be it for this video. If you did enjoy, please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.